So I am Sarah Risch. I work at the OVAM, as Tina already said, in the local materials management team. And yeah, together with the partners Comeos, VIL, DETIC and VVA Vlaanderen, we coordinate the Green Deal Anders Verpakt. And that's a Green Deal that revolves around avoiding and reuse of packaging in the distribution sector. And yeah, Karin gave already a great introduction. So is it working, Tina?
Well, it's not loading, Sarah. I will retry. Just a second. Yes, here we are. So. Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So the Green Deal Anders Verpakt, yeah, translated in English, it's maybe Green Deal packaged differently, but yeah, it has a real Dutch name at the moment, I think. So just to say, Karin, that it's the Green Deal Anders Verpakt from yeah, the whole partners Comeos, VIL, DETIC, VVA and OVAM, but not Vlaanderen Circulaire this time, but it's okay. Yeah, if you go to the next slide. So yeah, OVAM, we are the Flemish Public Waste Agency, yeah, and also of materials and soil. Comeos, they represent the Belgian retailers and services. VIL is the focal point for the logistics sector in Flanders. Then you have DETIC, who represents producers and distributors of cosmetics, detergents, etc. And then VVA, who represents the Belgian food industry. So yeah, now what is such a Green Deal? In fact, first of all, I just would like to emphasize that it is not about the European Green Deal, but about a Green Deal at the Flemish level. Although the Flemish Green Deals do, of course, contribute to the climate goals of the European Commission. Now my presentation was gone again. Okay, no problem. I will just continue. So the Green Deal initiated by the Flemish government is a voluntary, ambitious agreement between companies, knowledge institutions, organizations, and the government to take sustainable actions together, and also in a short term. And it is concretely done by projects. So all participants, they execute or develop a project. And you can see the Green Deal more like a learning network in which all the participants try via a chain approach to take steps together to achieve a common goal. And for us, the common goal is avoiding packaging and reuse of packaging. And the participants of the Green Deal, they are committed to do what's within their means. So they have a best effort obligation. There is not an obligation of results. But of course, we do expect that the projects that are being developed contain a certain ambition for the party in question. And another important aspect of a Green Deal is that the effort of both the society and the policy are put in the spotlights. And finally, I would just like to mention that there is no financial support via a Green Deal. However, there is a strong focus on making possible financing channels known, and we also try to give assistance to find finances. But in our case, for our Green Deal, we found financial support, and I will tell more about it later on. So yeah, more information about green deals in general. Yeah, green deals from the past or current green deals or green deals in preparation can be found on the website you see on the slide. Yeah, that's just the green deals in general. And if we focus now on our Green Deal Anders Verpakt, because why did we choose for the Green Deal Anders Verpakt? Maybe if you can go to the next slide, Tina. I just would like to say that as yeah, also Karin already told, we are confronted with packaging every day. They play an important role in our society, in our life, for transport, etc. They also have a lot of functions, but not all packaging is really necessary, or products can also be packed or packaged differently. So also too many packaging ends up in the litter. And if we want to achieve a circular economy, we must also use our raw materials on a sustainable way. So with this Green Deal, we want to shift the focus from collection and recycling to more attention for other distribution and consumption models. And we would like to do it by focusing on prevention or avoiding packaging and reuse of packaging. And of course, we do not lose sight of the consequences on the environmental impact of the packaged product. So here you see just some examples we took at our home with some colleagues. I just would like to say that as in fact, some single-use packaging is so well established that we cannot imagine alternatives. But however, a change is possible also for food. Packaging that seemed unthinkable 5 years ago is increasingly being introduced. So it's possible, but still a lot has to be done. And what do we want to achieve with the Green Deal? In general, we want to make it easier for the customer or the consumer to buy their products or the content packaged differently than with single-use packaging. And we have developed some smart objectives for this within the Green Deal. They can be found in the covenant text. But in summary, we want each party to submit a concrete project, and then that a large part of the projects can be successfully scaled up, and ultimately that we have a big amount of one-way packaging that will be reduced. Yeah. So the distribution sector is very large, and we have some focus points within the Green Deal. For example, yeah, both food and non-food are considered, and within a non-food also cosmetics has a big focus part. And within this Green Deal, we have chosen to focus on a few scopes, like for example, web stores, mailboxes, takeaway or delivery, bulk offering, or loop systems with reusable packaging, as well B2B as B2C. Also, projects outside of the scope can be considered. But yeah, a Green Deal is not worked without parties that also effectively carry out the projects in the field. That's why we are also looking for you. In fact, if you go to the next one, Tina, so then the text will appear. Yeah. So as participating parties, we are looking for motivated organizations and companies that have an influence on the marketing and the use of packaging, and that also see a future in avoiding our reuse of packaging. Participating parties, they commit themselves within the Green Deal to carry out a concrete project. We also provide a place for supporting parties. That's the next click, who are committed to make an active contribution based on their expertise and field of work. The concrete projects will be supported by us, the initiators, but also by the supporting parties. This also offers more options, for example, for smaller companies. Now, what does this Green Deal look like in practice? The Green Deal started officially already in March of this year during an event with the ministers, the initiators, and the participating parties. And afterwards, different events were organized, like network events or thematic events, to exchange knowledge, to expand the networks, to remove doubts, find solutions together, and so on. And in short, in the period from March or even from November of last year until now, we wanted to inspire participants in a qualitative way in order to arrive at a concrete project. Because the date of submitting the project is on Thursday, the 1st of September. And then, yeah, afterwards, if you go to the next click, and another next click, sorry. Yeah, as Karin also already said, that packaging is often made in function of the needs of a product. A lot of different things have an impact on the business model, and therefore we consider many important factors such as legislation, business models, also logistic and administration, the packaging as such, also if it's reusable packaging. Consumer behavior, because it's important that producers put something on the market that's easy for the consumer, but also the consumer has to have the incentive to buy the new product or the new service on the market. And then also communication and marketing. I think also Karin already told a lot of about the labeling, etc. So yeah, that's also considered. So now that all the information of the Green Deal has been told, I just would like to have a few more reasons why participating in this Green Deal is a good idea. In fact, if you join the Green Deal, you will join a network where you exchange knowledge, experiences, and useful information with other companies and organizations. But you also inspire each other in the field of a sustainable business developing. And who knows, you might also enter partnerships with a party with whom you would normally not sit together at the table. The intention, in fact, is to engage in chain collaboration. That's also an important thing that Karin told. If you want to change new business models and to the circular economy, chain collaboration is very important. So that's why we also put a lot of attention on it, because under the motto "Strong Together," certain bottlenecks can also be removed more easily that prevent from switching to reusable packaging or to omitting your packaging. You will also be supported and guided by experts and by the initiators, so you're certainly not alone. And the sustainable engagement of your company or organization will certainly be positively highlighted via the website, newsletter, and other media channels. So if you participate in the Green Deal, we expect, of course, an active engagement in which you share knowledge and commit yourself to work out an ambitious project. We focus on finding effective solutions. That's really important to meet the challenges of reducing single-use packaging. So, as I said before, we launched also a project financing. More information about it can be found on the website. I can already say that the deadline of submitting is the 14th of September. And the importance of the project financing is in fact that that they in fact try to tackle the bottlenecks that are already defined. Also, Karin told already a lot about the bottlenecks. We really, with the Green Deal and with this project financing, we really would like to find effective solutions. That's why this project financing is also launched. And if you want to have more information, we have a website that you can find here. There's also a LinkedIn group in which we put the events that will come, etc., and in which you can also see who else is interested in the subject. We have also a communication sheet. The communication sheet is also in English available. There is also a contact mail address on which you can also send a mail if necessary. So that was my my presentation. Here you can just see all the parties that already signed the Green Deal, further on, I think the list is not complete anymore because I think we have more signers at the moment. So that was it. I don't know if you have questions.